Okay, we're gonna be watching Nim, who's playing Ana on Havana. This is Diamond 4 on PC. Frustratingly close loss. Been hovering around low diamond for a few seasons now, and I've been reading and watching other Ana VODs in the sub, but I feel like it would help to get direct feedback on my play. I'm pretty much an Ana one-trick. I'll swap to BAP if I really feel like I have to, but I much prefer to play her. This one was a close loss where I felt I played decently relative to my usual games. My team definitely felt like we had good momentum for lots of parts of the match, so it was particularly frustrating to lose. So I took a look at this game. I actually think this late game was pretty good. I would expect you to keep climbing. I think there's large chunks of this game where I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, this feels like sometimes even 3 to 4 minutes of play where I'm like, this is believably Masters level gameplay. You're going to be let down by, I have some timestamps here, about 7 different decisions. Not all of them directly result in losses, but those are the moments that stood out to me where I'm like, you are not a Masters player because you did this. And I'm going to go over each one of them. The vast majority have to apply to 2 different situations. Number 1, not following up on grenades. Like, you toss them, but you don't look for the kill, especially even after you see the hit marker. And number 2 is you don't, your nano decision making is not that great, right? It's like good enough. Like, you kind of, you're at a pretty common diamond level, which is like you have a standard decision-making framework as to how you pop nano. You're like, look, for example, DPS pops ultimate, I pop nano. That works until you reach diamond-ish. In order to get beyond diamond, you need to apply more critical decision-making, like another layer of decision-making on top of that, which is like, okay, my DPS popped ultimate, but like, do they actually need nano, or are they going to win the fight even without nano? Because then I can save nano for something else. Because a bunch of your nanos, I'm like, wow, I have a big question mark as to whether or not this nano made any sense. And that's actually really going to cost you. And there's some degree of like ult economy and positional play that's going to go into this as well. Anyway, let's cover them kind of one by one, because I actually think this is actually going to be a very good video for a lot of different reasons. All right, so number 1 here is you're going to take an off angle. We can see this on is exposed. Obviously, the flank angle. I would also note there are general optimizations you can make across your gameplay. I think your aim is not quite Masters level. I think you could probably get to Masters 5 here just even with better decision making, but I don't think you get much further beyond that without improvements of your aim. Like, your aim is not bad, to be clear. Like, it's certainly diamond level, even high diamond level, but it doesn't feel like Masters level on aim. So let's slow this down. You're going to tag her. Great. So that's 70 damage. So she's at 130 health. Then you're going to throw a grenade here, which is good. The grenade's on target, right? Good splash. We see the hit marker right now. That means that Ana has 70 health, which means 1 hit kills. I'm at 130 health, so Ana has to shoot me twice. Take this fight. Why not? I think you 100% take this fight. Nothing else is going on that like desperately needs your attention. You know your Mercy's back here. Like, you don't see anybody else on your screen. Your Doom's in really deep. I think you take this chance. You only need to hit her once. She has to hit you twice. Take the fight right now. But instead, you back off and you go back. I think a Masters level Ana immediately takes that fight. So I want to note, if we look at it from her perspective, you can kind of feel when she's like, she hits, right? She tries to dodge a grenade, she gets hit by the grenade, and immediately she pre-fires that shot, and she's like, oh, I'm leaving. This would have been the perfect time to swing and then tag her right now, and then you get the kill. She's going to die anyway here, but I'm going to note that when I saw that live, I thought that is like probably the first like moment where I'm like, this doesn't feel like Masters to me. So that's kind of number 1. This problem is going to show up later, by the way. Let's go into 323. So we're going to be over here. Doom's low. Oh, I should back up just slightly more. So Summer's going to be following you, burning you down. You're going to throw a grenade. I don't agree with the decision making there, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's like a micro error, but I'm not going to focus on it too much. Soldier's in the back line. We just saw him pop Helix. He's shooting at the Sombra. Okay? You have Nano right now. Your Doom is over here. I would notice that I would generally try to keep more of an eyes on your Doom when you have Mercy. One thing to think about is how much damage pressure comes from your other DPS, right? If your other support. If your other support's playing like Zen or Mercy, they're already going to be adding a lot of damage to the fight. You don't need to damage as much. You should focus more on healing. But if your other support is like a Life Weaver, you can damage basically to your heart's content because they're only going to be healing. So I would have liked in this game to see you give a little more healing to the Doomfist as a general rule. It's not like a big deal. I would just be thinking about it. Anyway, so right now, why do we pop nano? Like, let's think about this. The soldier, we just saw him shoot at somebody, so he's missing some ammo, and we just saw him use Helix. A. B, he is around the corner from the enemy. Like, he's not even somebody who can swing here. C, the only enemy that is visible right now is a Sigma who has a shield, and he's a tank. This is objectively not a good nano. It's not a good timing for it. You want to nano somebody as they're engaging, right? As the Doomfist dives in, or the soldier suddenly shows up on their flank and pops visor. Those are good nanos. This is not a good nano. This is a nano where the soldier's like, what? What am I supposed to do with this? And of course, he's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna pop visor, But you see there's nobody on his screen. Like, literally, it's just a Sigma. He's not going to waste his time shooting a Sigma. So he goes and kills the Sombra, right? The Sombra's kind of silly for being out here. But, like, then what? He just runs through the Sigma. The Sigma, for the record, if he had rock or anything, can just stop him, or body block him, or he can just rock him right now, which honestly he should do. Like, the soldier should get 0 value here. He has to run past the tank into 2 people. He could get slept or grenaded right now. He could just get fanned right now. He could get magnetic. Like, nobody really does anything to him. And again, this is happening because this is low diamond. At higher ranks, the soldier gets obliterated. He never even gets close to getting that kill. So you might look at this and be like, oh, well, I popped Nano, he got 2 kills. He should have gotten 0 kills here. At higher ranks, this is not going to do anything. Okay, he had to be unbelievably reckless to get any value out of that Nano. That was a bad Nano. It works out in this game, in this situation, but it will not scale well into the future. Okay, let's jump forwards. So that's the first instance where I'm like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. So it's 6 minutes right now. What's the situation? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people up. Okay, 1, 2, 3 enemies, 4 enemies. Yeah, 4 enemies. They had one of them just died, so it's a 5-on-4 already. So we're already winning this fight. Okay, we have momentum here. You know, our tanks are pushing in. We're in pretty good shape, right? We're running Doomfist against Sigma, so we kind of naturally have an advantage there playing dive. We're in good shape right now. You throw a grenade in, okay, fine. Soldier pops visor right now. I think this is an okay visor. I don't think it's a great visor, but like it's okay. Again, remember it's a 5-on-4 situation, but you automatically pop Nano here. Is this a good Nano? Like, look at the game state situation. Remember, the Widow is dead. 3 people are dead right now, like that you can see in the kill feed right now. This is a 5-on-1. Now, to be fair, you might say, okay, the timing here is tricky. It is kind of tricky. But note, you know the Widow is dead. The soldiers pop visor, and you just saw the Doom killed Lucio. So you know it's a 5-on-3. So even before you pop Nano, right, you definitely haven't popped Nano, you know that you're up 2. You don't need Nano right now, right? You even have time. Like, you go around the corner, and now you're like, you have so much time here to consider the situation. Then right now, before you pop Nano, this timing is very tight. I obviously are watching a quarter speed, but you see your Doom kills yet another, and now you pop Nano. At Masters, I do not think that you pop this Nano. I think that you read the situation, and you're like, I don't do it. Number 1, because you're up in numbers. Number 2, understanding positional play. So, Havana last point is one of the toughest points to take in the game. Generally speaking, you're going to fight number 1 somewhere, with the cart being somewhere in this area. Fight number 2 is going to be this area, right? This is fight number 1. This is fight number 2. Fight number 2 is one of the hardest fights in the entire game to take on offense. It is one of the most defender-favored points because it's a bowl, like it's like a U-shaped bowl where the defenders have close spawn and they have high ground, and they come out of spawn on strong high ground. It is just, there's no cover anywhere either, and there's, like, generally speaking, not really any viable flank routes. This is quite seriously, like, one of the hardest points in the game. Like, I cannot think of another point that I think is harder to take than Havana last point. So my mentality thinking as a support is, in order to take the last point, we need ultimates, right? Taking last point dry, like, with no ultimates is very unlikely, even though we just wiped them right now. Honestly, wiping them faster now is bad because it means they're all going to respawn at the same time. We actually want to slow it down to stagger them. Taking the second fight, like, yes, fight number 1, we already won, right? It was a 5-on-3 situation. We already won that. I know my soldier pop visor, but don't Nano here because I want to save Nano for the second fight where I can pop it on my Doom and he can completely shut down one of the possible doorways. You know, that's like great value right there. Gives us a chance to win. Popping Nano right now means that now we're in big trouble because we're heading into this final fight with no Nano, right? No ultimates. This is what's called overulting, right? Now there's no ultimates here, and you guys are probably all feeling good. You're like, oh yeah, we got this. Well, let's fast forward. Again, note that this is a very defender-favored point. They're all going to swarm out of the doorways, right? Even though you killed the Doom last, right? Because of respawn, he's going to, mechanics, he's going to spawn with the rest of the team. They're all going to come out, and you might think, okay, we got this. But again, defenders have such a strong advantage here, right? Ana's dead. Lucio comes out. Lucio gets a pick. Okay, we trade for the Lucio. But, like, again, they're going to keep spawning. They're going to keep coming out. Diva's stalling on point. We're having trouble. Okay, we pop mech. Right? We keep going. They're going to come out again. Here we go. Ana's eventually going to step out here and do something. Waiting. Right? We're still going. But back up here, right? Ana's going to come out, and as soon as she pops Nano, this fight's over. See? Like, again, you'll notice, like, you started with such a strong position. Right? I'm going to zoom out even further. Like, you start with 5 people, but yet, again, it's very, very hard to take this, right? Ana's going to come out here, right? There's some stalling. Again, I think better play, including from you, maybe results in a cap, but it's tough. If you have Nano here, like, it's such a tight margin. A Nano here virtually guarantees that you win this fight. But without Nano, you slowly get picked off. Their team just keeps responding and responding and responding, and now you've lost the point. And that's rough, right? But this comes from experience and game sense of knowing, A, I did not need to Nano my soldier, B, the next fight, I 100% want to have Nano here to give us a chance to win and right away. But without Nano, it made it much, much harder to close this out. All right, so you guys struggled to push in for a while, because again, the hardest point in the game to cap. Now, we're looking at the bridge fight right now. 8:30, right, this is the timestamp down here, 15 seconds left. So we're in last fight territory. Torb has just popped Molten Core. Right, you go, you try to get sleep on him, you miss it, okay, fine. I don't know why you're backing up here. Again, it's last fight, step forwards. Molten Core, not step forwards, because you want to make sure that you stay close to the front to be able to have impact. The closer you go to the front, the more impact you can have. The more danger you're in, but again, 13 seconds left, last fight, take a risk. So, right here, this is I would say this is probably high masters, low GM decision making. But like, again, we're very close to the end. I have Nano here. I want to pop Nano and make sure that we use it to win a fight. I don't want to hold Nano too long and look for an opportunity, because as soon as somebody on my team gets picked, because the enemy team has defensive advantage, spawn advantage, we're almost no chance that we're going to win. So I want to Nano before someone on my team gets picked. So I want to Nano as soon as possible, but not so early that they can't do anything with it. When I see my Roadhog moving to the right side, based on like just general game sense, I know he's looking for a hook down the right line. Okay, he might also be looking for the Torb, but most likely he's looking for a squishy hook on the right side. So that's already the first thing that I'm looking at. When I see him go over here, you fire the sleep, okay, fine. Now I see that he's going to go over here. Right now, I see the shot. You go for the heal. Hook comes out, Nano right now. Why? I assume he's going to hit a hook, and then he's going to blow somebody up, and the Nano will help him do that. If you don't Nano here, like, this might be your last opportunity for something to happen. He might miss the hook. But like, this is like statistically likely the best opportunity that I have right now to change the outcome of the game. Look at the Roadhog's perspective. He throws a hook, he gets the Ana, right? Pulls her in, shot, right? He gets pushed back, right? Nano would not have resulted in the kill here, to be clear. But you didn't know that. And the key thing to climbing is making better decisions with the information that you have. I don't think you're winning this fight no matter what. I'm just noting here, the fact that you didn't Nano tells me that you're not thinking through that enough, like having that higher level decision making to understand that's our last chance to win this fight, pop it. That's my read. Okay, so that's 8:30. So now we've noticed that we talked, like, the last 3 points are all about Nanos. But it's big, right? Nanos are huge. Like, you want to use every Nano to win a fight that wouldn't have been won without the Nano. That's the whole point of popping ultimates. Win fights you wouldn't have won without it. Okay, you died, respawn, you're coming back in, your Roadhog's in a big bunch of trouble, he's going to be surrounded by 4 different people, and you're walking forwards right here. So this is another example where I think this feels like a diamond level play versus a master's level play. You're walking in and you feel a sense of urgency. You're like, I gotta help the Roadhog, I gotta help the Roadhog. I understand that, that's fine. I mean, you could also kind of take a chance here and try to kill a Cassidy and assume your Roadhog's going to die. But it's not the worst thing to try to walk forward to save your Roadhog. I understand this. Right now, note 2 things. Number 1, we've had Diva the whole time. Number 2, we can see her box of defense matrix right now. As you step forward, you're going to throw a grenade and it's going to get eaten. You see the grenade, right? Grenade is going to get eaten right now by defense matrix. That is a massive difference, right? A grenade right here is huge if you just wait a little bit of time to see defense matrix, because she's probably popping it right here, right? She's point blank with a Roadhog. She probably pops defense matrix. As soon as the defense matrix ends, you have a 1-second cooldown where you can throw it in freely and not have to worry about it getting eaten. Getting your grenade matrixed right here reflects that lack of experience in this situation, understanding, hey, look, I don't need to throw a grenade right now. The Hog has enough health. He's not going to die instantly. I can just shoot him, wait a second for Matrix to end, then throw a grenade. But not only that, it's not even predictive. I saw the Matrix, right? You saw the Matrix as you're coming up. And it's like fast. I get it. But like, that's what's expected if you want to get to the higher levels. You need to have that level of reaction time and read of the game. Because you can see it pretty clearly. Plus you can hear it. But I can see it clearly right now. She's flashing, right? I can see the beam. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Like, you see it for almost a full second before you throw that grenade. This is like a big moment. I think you actually end up winning this fight, but again, that's what I'm trying to explain to you is like making better decisions and like the difference between you and like a master's level Ana. All right, so 1630. So we noted earlier, when you throw grenades, you don't necessarily follow up with them. You're like, I'll take some shots at you, I'll throw a grenade, and then I'll go do something else. But the thing is, if you land a shot and a grenade on a target, they only need one hit by you to die. So why not follow up? So right now, you come out here. Oh, yeah. We're going to back up just a little bit. So you're out here. There's going to be some shooting. I think this accuracy is a good example of like not master's level aim. Like you're 0 for 3 there, and the Cassie jumped twice. I think you have to hit at least one. I think more consistently 2 shots right there. All right, you swing back just to check for a second. Okay, you're going to see the Ana. There's no reason to be shooting the Diva right now. You should have immediately shot the Ana. But you're going to see her. You miss that shot again. Accuracy is a problem. That's one thing that's holding you back from masters. You throw the grenade. But like if your grenade's on target, attack her, right? And the grenade happens to hit her in the face. And actually, the grenade was actually a little high, but like, there's no reason right now, with your hog full health and purple, shoot the Ana. If I'm the hog here, I don't want you to look at me. I don't care. I'm good. Like, I'm the hog. Like, as a tank player, I'm like, no, I'm totally fine. Don't worry about me. Kill the Ana. Please, kill the Ana. I need you to be killing the Ana right now. Because you land this nade on the Ana, and she's one-shottable right now if you go for it. But you see, you're just like a little slow. Then you miss the shot. And then now you're going to lose this fight as a result of that, because the Ana's never going to die, and the Roadhog sees that she's low, and he is going to try to commit to get the kill, because he's going to see this, right? He's going to see the splash, and he's like, oh, okay, I got to go kill the Ana. So he walks up, right? He's like, really, really wants to kill, really, really wants to kill, right? He goes up here. Now he's face tanking the Diva. Diva Matrix is too slow, right? Now he's way out of position. It's too low. Can't get breather off, and he's going to die. I'm not saying you caused your Roadhog to die. I'm just noting that not killing the Ana set off a sequence of events that results in your tank dying, and once your tank dies, there's no way to win the fight. So, just a note, right? But that continues on the pattern earlier of you not following up on grenades. So, we're up here. We're playing high ground. A lot of stuff is happening, right? Diva Bomb popped, Suzu popped. Okay, we got a lot of ultimates right now because you guys are getting just totally steamrolled, right? 4 ultimates at this moment in time. We're fighting, right? Just poking away. Note time, 40 seconds on the clock, okay? 40 seconds is not a lot of time. This cart just literally running nonstop to the end is going to take like 30-something seconds. So they have a fight here, and then they have a fight at the end, assuming they win both. They have to win both of these to win. They have no other chances. If they lose either one of these fights, they have almost no chance of winning. Well, I mean, theoretically, they could lose this one, respawn, fight here, and then overtime it through. But generally speaking, they do not have a lot of time right now. Your soldier's going to pop Visor right now, but Beat is popped, okay? Beat is popped. I see my teammates are low, right? Hog's already half health, Sim's half health, Soldier's popping Visor over here. Visor is not a high damage ultimate, okay? Visor doesn't increase the amount of damage he does, only the accuracy. So it only still does like 180, 190 damage a second. Against Beat, that doesn't matter. Beat gives everyone 750 extra health. Like, it's gonna take him like 5 seconds to kill somebody, assuming they stay in range the whole time and get no healing. So you're gonna pop Nano right now. Again, that automatic, like, hey, DPS pop ulti, I pop ulti. That works up to Diamond. It's not gonna get you into Masters and beyond. All right? Now, Visor gets popped, but what's he gonna do with it? Everyone's beat it. Like, nobody dies. Right? Oh, okay, great. Killed the Ana. But, like, now, what? Right? Cassie's here. He gets stuck, right? Kiriko doing a good job. Gets overwhelmed and dies, which is pretty much exactly what I expected. You didn't need to pop this here. And as a reminder, if we think about positional play again, they have 2 fights. Same situation as you, right? They have 1 fight over here, and they have 2nd fight over here. This fight is way more defender favored. So I can give them this fight and avoid overulting, and then pop Nano in this fight, where we already have probably like a 65% chance of winning this. If I pop Nano, this is probably like an 85% chance of us winning this. Versus if I pop it over here, even if we win the fight over here, even if we win the fight, they could come back, win the fight, and then push through, as I mentioned, in overtime. This is the type of, again, tough, higher level critical decision making that you want to be doing to get to higher and higher levels of Ana, okay? There are, you know, definitely some areas of improvement around accuracy and movement, etc. But like honestly, like overall, I think a lot of the stuff looks good. But you know, I think the nanos and the grenades are the most salient parts to point out of like, hey, these are areas where you could improve if you were just a little better with your decision making, right? Avoid the automatic nanos and think, do I actually need nano here, right? And for the grenades, how do I follow up and get the kills? Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful. I will also link my usual Ana resources. You might find it helpful to analyze the top 500 Ana review that I did. I think that's a really, really good one. Shows you a lot of what like high-level Ana play looks like. Because I think they did a really good job that game, and there's a lot of and they still lost. And there's a lot of things to pick out from that one that could be helpful to compare and contrast against your own gameplay. All right, I'm going to stop there.